guys ready for round 2 of lockdowns? And this is a serious question because I don't think a lot of you are really ready. This is not a time to be taken lightly. People don't tend to prepare for the worst, even when they see it coming.
So we're in winter here right now, and we've had a couple snowfalls already, but 5 years ago, we got hit with a pretty bad storm, and it covered everything in ice. One of the things that I remember was power transformers blowing up and illuminating the sky green, and you just heard these pops. You didn't know what they were. The day that happened, a lot of communities in our area lost power.
My house in the next city over, we didn't lose power. He didn't lose power, but everyone around him lost power. And I was at his house when the storm hit. So we had friends, we had to go and drive out to save them, just to keep them warm. We had to bring them back to our house. These are the people with the newborn baby. We brought them back to our house. We watched things exploding. Like, it was scary.
At that time, I only had 2 days worth of food on hand. The grocery stores shut down. Everything shut down and ground to a halt. Something about this pandemic that we've been in the last 8 months has really resonated with me at that. We only lost power for half an hour, but we only had 2 days worth of food in our house. I say our because I'm married now. It wasn't ours back then. It was
we
mine.
Is so ingrained now.
We is now everything.
Yes.
But that didn't take away from the fact I only had 2 days worth of food.
Mm-hmm.
That really affected me to know that it's as easy as the lights turning off. I could starve. That was 5 years ago.
When that happened, we prayed. We said, God, thank you for protecting us. Thank you for protecting Jamie and not allowing this to affect him. Thank you for allowing us to go out and take care of our friends in their time of need. But we also prayed and we said, how can we be more prepared, God? We thought, okay, natural disaster, this and this. But God said, it's going to be worse than that. Something is coming. And he put forth a whole bunch of tasks for us to accomplish. Do this, do that. And everyone in our life thought we were crazy. Our families were making fun of us. We were buying stuff. They called us crazy preppers.
The preppers
and
was
the
the
go
word,
bags.
yeah.
Like they were making fun of us, and we kept telling them, this is a warning from God. We prayed, we seeked guidance, and we said, what do we need to be prepared for in the future? And he said something worse than you could imagine. We didn't take that lightly. And I gotta tell you, that may have been 5 years ago, but we stuck true to that promise. We know that God is in full control, that when we heed his warning, he takes us in the direction. So when he tells us to be careful and to be prepared, we're not gonna let that slide. So when COVID hit,
We realized that everything we had prepared for, we had already gotten years before.
so when we were confined, when we were locked down, there was chaos and panic, and you need this, you need that, and things were being sold out, like toilet paper was disappearing, shelves were being emptied. When you've known for so long something's coming, and you prepare, and you are patient, and you wait on the Lord to fulfill his promise, when that promise gets fulfilled, you're not really surprised.
We were content that a prayer was answered and a premonition that was put on our hearts, a prophecy that we had 5 years that we were being made fun of,
We're not crazy.
came to fruition. So that would be that perspective of joy or contentment.
And specifically in my go bag, I opened the top just for fun. And again, this was all very God-led. We prayed, what do we need in these bags? How can we prepare? And at the very top, I kid you not, I found 4 rolls of toilet paper and a bottle of hand sanitizer. It was at the very top of the bag, and it was the most wanted thing at that moment. So that night, Jamie and I, we looked around, we did our inventory, and
We wanted to go out for ice
we
cream
didn't
and
have
just
ice cream. So we went out for ice cream that night.
we're getting ready to go into a second lockdown now. This kind of brings us through a reevaluation, but we also wanted to get to know what you guys have, but also inform you guys, because there's probably some of you watching that haven't prepared, and we just want to get you guys a bit of a surface level preparation to know things to have in the house, things you should have around.
There's nothing wrong with being prepared.
Yeah.
Seriously. Let people make fun of you. As long as you're prepared, You will be the one laughing at the end. Again, not that these situations are funny in any means. They're not. I cannot emphasize the amount of hours we did into every form of research. It just put us into every hole and it just went deeper and deeper. But more importantly, where that led us was ways to prepare for natural disasters. We became more aware on what we had in our house. We decided to educate ourselves.
What kind of disasters happen in our area? We're not planning for tornadoes. We're not planning for hurricanes. In our area, it's ice storms, it's flash floods. Not as severe as some areas, but they still exist.
We can have extreme heat.
We can have extreme heat, but again, lights going off. We wanted to make sure we had precautions in our house. That started with food. When you are looking to store food in your house, look for non-perishable items. Kraft dinner, spaghetti, noodles, things that don't perish, things that aren't in your refrigerator. Canned food, ravioli, literally any canned food item that you can think of that can go in a pantry, in the basement, in a cabinet.
Something else I'd suggest is frozen food, vegetables, fruit, because in storms, in chaos, fresh produce, you need it to keep your body healthy. But unfortunately, keeping it fresh in ideal conditions doesn't always work. But also when the power goes out in the middle of a ice storm as opposed to a heat wave, you can put those frozen goods in a cooler outside. A lot of people don't think of that. Outside, if it is this cold, can actually keep your food cold and preserved as well.
So for those of you who don't know, one of the temperatures, now again, being Canadian, we deal with Celsius, so it's 4 degrees is a normal temperature for a refrigerator. If it's colder than 4 degrees, you can put it in a garage, a basement, a cold cellar, anything like that. How about keeping food longer?
Well, we did our research on the best, longest shelf life. And what we discovered is the military's already got some of that figured out. I'd like to think that they feed their people good. I sure hope so, because we're about to find out in a minute. With MREs.
Oh, first try. Good.
Nailed it. I've never actually tried one of these before. I know we haven't done our video yet about my medical stuff, but I'm highly sensitive to a bunch of things. We are certainly hoping we're going to put this to the test now rather than in the actual worst case scenario, because if we need to switch things up and keep the things that'll expire quicker for me to eat and him to go to those sooner, we'd rather know that now, because particular foods can ruin me for weeks at a time and just write me off, put me very sick. So we are about to find out tonight if I am MRE proof.
MRE is a meal ready to eat. Everything is vac packed for maximum shelf life. Now, a standard MRE pack says that it has a shelf life from about 5 to 8 years, depending on what source you get it from. You can get them from a camping store, you can get them from an outdoor store, or a military supply. The reality is most meal kits can last longer if their packaging is not compromised. There's a lot of really good YouTube channels out there from a gentleman that opens up MREs from like 40, 50, 60 years ago, and most of them actually last that long unless they've been compromised.
These aren't that old though, right?
These are not 60 years old. These still fall within the 5-year shelf life, so technically they're still fresh. So you ready to try this? Okay.
Let's open it.
Let's open it. Wait, pause. Excuse me. Here we go.
I'm so hungry. So guys, what we haven't told you is that these packs, you can actually order them in probably single day, 3-day kits. You can buy a 1-week kit, a month kit. You know, there's multiple size packages for what you need. Sometimes you just need a little bit as a backup and some.
It comes with a spoon.
Oh, I'm so excited. There's so much in here. I've never done this before, and I really hope my stomach doesn't hate me later.
We didn't see which one we had, so we're gonna start from the top and work our way down. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so let's move that to the side.
The top thing, I couldn't figure out what this square was, but it's a cracker.
I got crackers too. The other thing I didn't mention is Jody and I did not pick the same one.
We have different packs.
But we both got crackers.
So let's start with the cracker.
Yeah, look at that.
I think it's made of strictly wheat.
Oh. Listen.
Oh yeah, you hear a little gap.
So these are still vac packed.
Whoa. Oh, you're not gonna eat it on its own?
No, that goes with the meal. Little piece. I'm guessing.
I kind of like it.
I feel like it kind of feels like a saltine.
It's thicker than that. It
Yeah.
actually has a bit of a flavor. I was really skeptical. We've had these for years. And I mean years. Through all sorts of different temperature. Our last house didn't have air conditioning. And it was the hottest summers that we lived there. It was horrible. I'm impressed by the cracker so far. I'm not easily impressed. We'll see how the rest goes.
Okay.
Sugar,
I got some sugar.
salt and pepper, moist towelettes,
I got a coffee mate. I think that's cream. It
Yeah.
is creamer, so this is only creamer. I'm gonna put that.
and the coffee.
I also got coffee.
My concern is that it is not decaf, and my heart cannot handle caffeine, so I may not get to have my coffee.
Now I got a weird package on mine. Mine's a little thick. It's peanut butter.
So what the package actually says is to need package before opening. That's because peanut butter, especially if it's organic, tends to separate when it sits for a little while.
Okay, so this is interesting.
What you get?
I got a beverage powder. I got lemon lime, which is like a Gatorade, as I said, the electrolyte. You add water to the bag and you shake it up. Okay.
We're gonna do
Put
that.
that to the side, get my cracker powder. Oh! I got a protein bar. We pretty much got like the same thing.
It's pretty
We're supposed
close.
to be different. That's okay.
Pretty close.
I got real chocolate protein bar. Okay, what did you get?
I think it's hot cocoa.
That is
It
really
says
good.
cocoa beverage powder.
There's actually a line, if I can see that for a second. You may be able to right there see the line you fill it up to. And it's kind of in a package that you can hold it. It's got a little ergonomic grip. So you fold it over, you give it a shake. So we're going to try that.
Note, it says non-dairy creamer, which I'm partly lactose intolerant too. So that's actually good to hear. That I'm hoping that means I'm not going to have a reaction to that beverage.
We're learning things about MREs. We're learning things about Jody.
I was not expecting them to have flavored drinks in there, and so far they provided us with a hot chocolate, a lemon drink, and a coffee.
I have a huge chocolate chip cookie. That is my dessert. Look at the size of this thing. And it's thick. Like, it's thick. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I don't like the one I got. Can you want to trade?
Let's see. You got vanilla pudding?
I don't like
Oh, it's powdered pudding. Okay.
I don't like pudding.
Okay, fortified with calcium and vitamin D. So we're on to some of the main courses of our MRE kit now. Okay, what did you get?
I got potato cheddar soup flavored with bacon.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I got au gratin potatoes. Now, some people know these as scallop potatoes. So it's like a cheesy potato.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I'm
it contains...
gonna try that, and I'm gonna let you try some of them.
Oh, very interesting, because I wanted to mention to you guys the reason why I wanted to do this today was because of the Bible verse, which said a whole loaf of wheat will cost a day's wage. But also I've been hearing in the news, and I've been hearing about shortages of corn, and I've been hearing shortages of soy. And it was funny, as I'm reading through the content, there's milk, soy, and wheat. So that was just a little trigger, a little reminder for me as to why we're doing this in the first place. So
Which means there's milk products, so this will really feel good
I was
tomorrow.
gonna have at it tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun day.
If this is what I do have to live off of in a few months from now, in a year from now, whatever, I want to know how my body responds. I need to be able to be prepared, because if I know that particular meals are going to make me sick, who knows? I have no idea what it's going to look like then, right?
Yeah.
And maybe this will continue to sit on our shelf. The world will go back to normal.
And we can use these for camping.
What did you get in your package, James?
I got in my package meatballs in a marinara sauce, but it's made with chicken and beef. So that's going to be pretty good.
Interesting. I received ratatouille with mixed vegetables and penne. The importance of food and making sure you have some, guys. Restrictions of food and nutrients can lead to rapid weight loss, which leads to a loss of strength, decreased endurance, loss of motivation, and decreased mental awareness. And in these times, guys, we need to be on the ball, on the edge. We need to be praying with our discernment. We need to be very, very aware on what is going on.
So let's open up our main package here. Some of the MREs will come with a liquid heating element that has a chemical reaction that you put it in a bag, you sit it down, it's going to heat that package up. These can be left in a hot package. We don't have a heating element, we didn't want to waste one, so we've just boiled some water off to the side, but these all can be eaten cold. They can be eaten right from the pack. They're ready to eat now. It's just more of a preference whether you want to eat them hot or cold. Now, the way the package is, it's laid out where it looks like this, upright, but actually there's little grooves on the side. You just rip it, and it makes like a little stand dish that you can eat right from the package. Let's try it cold. So,
let's get the real full experience. I can tell you, I can smell the garlic. I like the smell of garlic. Take a look at that. Oh, yeah. So it's a bunch of mush in a bag. It got lots of smells. Like, I was expecting this stuff to be extremely bland. So I can appreciate that they've definitely thought about putting some flavor in there for people.
Mine is absolutely filled with meatballs. So, all right, first reactions.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. That's really nice.
It has a very specific undertone, flavor, and smell, and I can't put my finger on. Oh, there's mushrooms in here.
So you want to try mine?
Try some of mine too.
Kind of tastes like a Chef Boyardee.
That's got a weird flavor.
It is beef and chicken.
Yeah, it's weird. So it's that weird flavor. Nice.
I wanted to try the mashed potatoes.
This one I might want with hot water.
So these ones are our side dish, which mine, I believe I got the scallop potatoes or the au gratin potatoes, and they come in the same side, the rip and tear.
For some reason, I expected my soup to be a powder that I add water to. I can't even get this open. But it actually feels like more like a stew is already in there.
Yeah. Look at that.
That is a lot of cheddar. This does not feel like the consistency of soup. But it looks like they may have used real potatoes. I can taste the bacon.
I'm not a fan of scallop potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough cheese here to pull me through. That's a whole lot of cheddar.
I just have to say, I'm so relieved. I expected these to be disgusting, bland, dry. I mean, we don't know how my system's gonna respond, but I can tell you that there is flavor. That they all have abundance of flavor.
You want to try some scallop potatoes?
The scallop potatoes almost taste like the cheese whiz. Or the cheese spread that people used to eat.
Yeah.
That's what that tastes like. I didn't eat it growing up, but I've tasted it a couple times, and that's what it.
That's what that tastes like.
Yeah.
I think that one needs to be hot.
This is all definitely better than I expected. Okay, so what we did notice, after slightly temperaturing the food, a little bit warmer than the room temperature it was currently at, and I did notice a change to the penne pasta. I prefer the texture when it was actually colder rather than warmer. I found it a little bit more gritty, but the flavor still has quite a punch.
My au gratin potatoes, the texture changed from a gritty cheese to now a creamy cheese, which is really nice. It's a nice cheese sauce. You can kind of see it there. Yeah, that's real good. So mine definitely tastes better hot. May I interest you in a fancy beverage?
Which one are you making?
I'm gonna make you some lemon lime.
I like lemon juice.
Yeah, okay. Make my wife a fancy drink.
I'm not really sure I like the penne one.
No?
No. Oh,
But
straw not included.
there you go.
I taste lemon and I taste lime. It's not bad. It's not gritty. It's not. You mixed it well. It mixes very well, actually.
Oh, that's really nice. I've had this before, but I was expecting like a Gatorade, but no, it's almost like a soda, but not carbonated, but to the level of like a soda flavor. I wouldn't put this at healthy, but it tastes very good. Mm-hmm. Definitely a lot of flavor. So, what do you think of dinner?
I was not a very big fan of the ratatouille. I didn't finish all of it. However, if I was starving and it was dire, I could absolutely eat it. I'm just going to be a little bit picky tonight, so I didn't quite finish it. It was very powerful flavors, like very powerful. If it had been mixed in with a rice or something else to just kind of tame it down a little bit, then that would have been preferable.
The other thing I wanted to mention too is we got a lot of duplicates in our meals, so we're only going to be now going through one of the items and putting the rest in the rest of our pack because we don't want to be wasteful. Let's try some desserts now, and we have a cocoa beverage and a chocolate chip cookie. I have a vanilla pudding and a chocolate protein bar.
I've been kneading the peanut butter to ensure that it's all mixed.
I'm gonna actually fill the vanilla pudding now.
It is jammed pack with peanut butter.
I'm gonna start there. I think I just made it a soup. Smells like vanilla.
This is half a pack of the peanut butter, and it's covered essentially 4 saltine crackers. Huge.
The vanilla pudding has turned into pudding. I used the right amount of water. It's good.
Really?
I like it. That's a lot of flavor.
It smells like vanilla icing that you put on a cake, like
It's very sugary.
very artificial vanilla. All of it has such flavor. My goodness.
And it's a lot. So we buy these locally. We were doing some checking and Jody found some very similar products on Amazon. And I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna attach the link to the video. So if you guys want to try or see some varieties, we have not bought them from there. But if you guys wanted to, it's just a way for you guys to start looking. If you guys don't have a surplus store, don't know where to find them, that's
Get prepared.
Yeah. It's better to have and not need than need and not have. One of the other things that we bought at our surplus store along with our MRE kits was something that I could throw in a backpack when we were on a hike, if we go to Algonquin, or we were on a camping trip, or we happen to be on the run or whatever. If we're talking about extreme scenarios, you never know. MREs are very cumbersome. There's a lot of packaging to rip open, stir, cook. When you're in a move situation and you need to keep pace, it's not always ideal. So I bought these, what's called a Dietary little energy food cube. These little cubes, one of these have an energy value of 2,400 calories. It says to eat small bites at a time and one every 6 hours. So that's 2 a day at least. Now again, that's one person. Did you know the human body can go 30 days without food? Yeah, it's gonna turn into one of those channels. That wasn't.
No, James, I did. No, James, I didn't know the human body could go 30 days without food.
Nice. Unscripted. You know it could only go 3 days without water?
Yeah.
Yeah. We knew both of those things. I just thought it might be nice to mention. Say, how about some cocoa powder? All of these things are pretty much you can rip open with your hands. You don't need a knife to cut things open. It comes with the spoon, which makes it very nice. Jody's got her little knife. Okay.
I am opening a chocolate chip cookie.
Okay. Sure, I'll have a piece. So something
The chocolate's warm.
yeah, the chocolate, I guess it must be hot in our house because the chocolate pieces are melting.
Yep.
So
I noticed it as soon as I pulled it out, it was sticking to my finger.
cheers.
It's a fully cooked cookie. There's nothing chewy about.
I'm putting money on you won't enjoy this. It's good, but I put a little too much water. So we're just think of it a little, yeah. Go.
What? Why would you put that in my mouth?
I said it's better hot.
That's disgusting.
It's not the worst. It tastes like cocoa.
It does not taste like cocoa.
It tastes like hot cocoa.
Ugh. Oh.
It's fine.
Oh, it's got the
Tastes so
most
good.
bitter, nasty taste in my mouth.
It's okay.
Oh. That is by far the worst thing I've tried all night.
It's not that bad.
I mean, you couldn't. No, I couldn't do a second sip of that.
I like it.
There's a waste of good water, in my opinion. This food has been rather filling already.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the full.
Well, I still have half a cracker left and half a cookie, so we're gonna try this power bar out, and then that's it for this meal kit, guys.
So just wanted to say ahead of time before she makes her comment on this, this is by no means an endorsement video. We just really felt like you guys should know if you don't know what an MRE is or look like.
And we just want to remind you guys to be prepared, to
Yeah.
look into what you do have, figure out the math, figure out how long it'll last you, because all the Bill Gates of the world say the second one will really get our attention, whether that will be
Yeah.
a wipeout of us on the electrical grid, whether that is another wave of the virus.
Like pandemic aside, viruses aside, natural disasters aside, we've literally built our society to the point that if the lights turn off, we're in a bad place. So the question in this video really is, how much food do you have in your house right now? Can you live for 3 days if the lights turn off?
And are you prepared if things get worse?
That's really what we wanted to bring home for you guys. Now back to the bar.
Got all sorts of things: eggs, tree nuts, wheat. So a lot of you allergy people, you won't be able to eat this.
This is full of
This
it.
is not for you.
Oh, I'm getting the whole thing. All right, you go first. Okay, I know the important question is, could you eat this whole bar?
Yes.
I like its slogan. It says the energy bar designed to power the soldier. You know what we're a soldier for? We're a soldier for Christ.
Don't forget to put on your armor of Christ, your spiritual armor. Things are only going to get harder, especially the more complacent and the more submissive we are to the agenda. Be prayerful.
Be discerning. Really take, after this video, evaluate your life circumstance and what you have in your home for food, for water. Don't guarantee things that are around, like the grocery store or the running water in your tap, because all that needs to happen is the lights turn off and then things go away. And that's a pretty fragile state to live in on a regular basis. I would say we've been blessed to this point that nothing disastrous has, for most people, has happened to us. And maybe the people watching. That's nice. So Jody, what was your experience of trying an MRE for the very first time?
Better than I expected. I was picturing it all to be dehydrated. I thought we were going to have to hydrate things. It was much better than I expected. It was like real food.
If you guys have any questions or watching this for the first time and be like, Thomas, this is our first time too.
He's smacking me in the butt. Baby.
If you guys have any questions on where to start or had a realization in this video like, I am not prepared. There's no one way to be prepared in any situation. Again, climate could be totally different. This cat. if you guys need help, reach out to us and we'll help guide you, maybe answer some questions or at least point you in the right direction. Buddy, what are you doing?
No, he's on my side.
Hi. He's coming over.
Yeah. He's gonna do it.
He's gonna do it. Buddy. No. Hi, buddy. So. Hi, Thomas.
What is he doing?
Hi, Thomas.
We've never filmed down here before.
You want some food?
We're not sharing the food with
Oh,
you. He's
Thomas.
not allowed on the counter either, but
He doesn't do this.
no.
This isn't something he does. I should probably be
He
giving him
wants
trouble
to,
right
He
now.
wants to be on camera.
Thomas, we gotta go. We gotta wrap this show up, okay? You gonna say goodbye? No.
Let him walk across.
You wanna go across? Go ahead. Bye.
You want to sit with me, my man?
Maybe we'll interview Thomas. Yeah, take a seat, Tommy.
Do some research, figure out your... Figure out your climates. Like, we deal with winter, so if there is a winter tragedy, if there's a winter storm, we also make sure that if we lose heat to our house, we have many layers of clothing to put on, right? Like, you have to prepare for multiple different scenarios. We have no idea what's coming.
Bye, Thomas.
We don't know what's coming, so it's best to be prepared for as much as possible.
Okay, Tommy. That's it. We're done. We're done.
So bad.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. Everybody, Thomas, everybody. Why is it so wet?
Stop! So guys, stay salty.
And earn those crowns. Oh, Thomas.
This is unacceptable.